Hello, my name is Robert Hollis, and I'm really super excited to share this new information with you. You know, I've been involved in the marketing industry now for over 34 years. And the one thing that I know for a fact, I sure don't do what I did 34 years ago today. And when you really simply think about that, I want you to ask yourself a question. What's something that you used to do all day, every day, that today, because of technology, because of time, because of innovation, has changed? I think if you really thought about it, you would think of a lot of things. I mean, one of the things I was talking with my son just recently about is last night I got to see, 4 astronauts that are going to the space station. And, they jump in a Falcon rocket and bingo, they're gone and everything just works like clockwork. You're thinking about all the things that used to take years and years and years of planning for one launch. And now we almost watch a launch a month. I want you to think about technology and cars, technology and everything. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is I want to share with you some concepts that I've learned over the last couple of years. And when I say this statement, it's going to be a very, very bold statement. But one of the things I want you to know is the things that I did to make millions of dollars in the past are not the things that I do today. Everything is changing, and I'm going to share some concepts with you on this video called RAINMAKER. I want you to think about another concept of how you can make things happen quicker. It's called collapsing of time frames. And one of the most important parts I want to share with you is the part of actually getting a large organization in this day and age that have an 8-second attention span. How can you get them great results? How can you get them to a point where they really are getting results and that gets them excited? One of the concepts that I talked about is RAINMAKER, and let's go into that right now. And one of the things is reverse engineering. Steve Jobs, I think, said it best. It's easier to connect the dots after you go through something than as you're going through it. And I went back and I looked at what my mentors did to me. Now, here's a guy that's on workman's comp, no chance of getting his career back. I lost my image as an auto mechanic. I couldn't have been in a worse place in my mind and in my heart, in my spirit. I was just in the worst place ever. And this gentleman found a way to give me hope, inspire me, and most important, get me results that fast. So after I seen the presentation, I said to him, he says, "Where do you see yourself getting started?" I go, "I don't have any money. I don't even have electricity." And he looked at me right in the face and he said, "Robert, listen, don't worry about that right now. If I could show you how to earn money and get a result without investing any money, would you be interested?" At that point in time, how could I say no? The very first thing that he did is he immediately asked me if I made X amount of money. He said, "Listen, Robert, what do you need right now?" And I said, "I need $3,800. If I'm going to lose my car, I'm going to get kicked out of my apartment." And he says, "I'm going to show you how to get that $3,800 if you'll follow a simple plan." And I said, "Okay." The first thing that he said to me, and I never even thought about this, he says, "Who's the best person you know?" There's a phrase out there that it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's really used in Hollywood. It's used in a lot of things where we see people become instant success just because they're in the right place at the right time. I'll give you one that I seen this morning. There was this guy that just recently on TikTok, he gets up in the morning, right? And his car won't start. His pickup won't start. So instead of being bummed out, he's grateful and he's thankful. He grabs his skateboard, he grabs his phone, and he sings a little bit of Fleetwood Mac while he's drinking some cranberry juice. What happens? It goes viral. This guy with his great attitude did it that fast, and all of a sudden Cranberry Juice, the company he was with, bought him a new pickup full, and the whole box was full of cranberry. Now he's got an agent and a manager. He quit his job, and I just seen a picture with him with Snoop Dogg. Your life could change pretty fast and pretty radical if you get your mind out of it. You understand? So I'm going to share with you how fast my life changed. My mentor, the guy that was talking to me, said, "Who's the best person you know? The smartest person, the most successful person you know, motivated. They're a leader. If they're at a party, everyone's around them." And right away, I thought of my cousin Rick. I hope he sees this. I'd crack him up if he knew that. And he goes, "Listen, why Rick?" And I said, "Listen, he took over his father's company. His father was a master plumber, and now he's a plumber. He's the most successful guy I know. And he looked at me and he said, "What if I called Rick for you?" I was going, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "I'll call Rick and say, hey, Rick, listen, we're expanding a company right now. We're looking for people that would like to make 6 figures plus a year with our proving, training, and marketing system. And we need your help. Do you know of anyone that would be interested in making that kind of income?" And Rick says, "Yeah, I do." He gave him an address, and back in the old days, he had to drive all the way to the meeting. He talked to my cousin. My cousin says, "I'm in." It wasn't what I knew. It was who I knew. And by putting that person in front of somebody that's already successful, bingo, magic happened to me. You know what he first said after that? He said really simply, he said, "Listen, do you know anybody else like Rick?" And I go, "I sure do." And I started naming off names of people. What's really sad in a marketing industry is most people try to be the expert. They don't understand the concept of edification and promotion. They don't understand about, using somebody else. And why don't they think that? Because mostly in this industry, the person that brought you in knows as little as you or less than you. So this is a lost art, the Rainmaker concept, which has made me successful. The most successful people I've had in my groups in the last 34 years were people that somebody else introduced me to that didn't have money or the motivation to do this business. So if you don't learn this concept that's worked for me for 34 years, I've never had to buy leads. I've never had to run ads. I've never had to call 200 people. I've never had to go through thousands and thousands of people because I know this Rainmaker strategy. And I'm willing to show it to you in detail and in depth. All you got to do is go to roberthollis.com. My training's there free. And I'll tell you what, I can show you in detail on that one aspect alone. So thank you very much. And I appreciate you watching this video. And I'm really interested in sharing with a lot more information to you.